Today I've been re-blacking the top of this stove, make it nice and shiny again, and I'd like to share with you how I make my own stove black without any toxic chemicals. So if you're interested in finding out how to do this, stick with me on this video. Right, so to clean all of this up, where it's gone rusty and it's not looking so good, it needs two ingredients. And the first one is soot. So this I've collected out of the flue pipe. You can collect it out of the stove itself from underneath the surfaces of these things. So when you lift up the centres disc on the inside of the soot, that works nicely. But this was collected out of the flue, so there's quite a bit of it in this tin. So it's not the ash, it's the soot. And the second ingredient then are hazelnuts, and these are collected from just outside, from the tree outside. They're just ordinary wild hazelnuts, and we'll shell some of these. Of course, the great thing of working with this is that we can actually taste some of these nuts to make sure that they're the right thing whilst we're doing. So we just take half a dozen of these. Now there's a couple of different stages to this, a couple of different ways of doing it. So the first one was to take the hazelnut as is and rub it on the metal, and you'll see that it produces a mark, and then we can take some of the soot and rub the soot into that. That then puts the black of the soot in the oils and polishes it up. So that wears the nut down and puts the oils from the nut mixed with the soot onto the surface. Right. The second way of doing it is to actually crush these up so as they become a paste. So just mush them up. You might need something other than your thumb. And we break those up into a pile of broken nut. Any bits of shell and take out, and that makes a paste. And you can use a mortar and pestle or a piece of wood or anything to crush these up with, and then we mix that with the soot. Now, take some soot, mix it in and crush it all together into a paste. And this paste will be nice and sticky. With plenty of nice black soot. And once you've made this into a nice paste, we can then take a cloth and pick up the paste on the cloth and work that into the surface, same as any conventional grate blacking. Now there's no toxic chemicals or anything nasty in any of this, and then when the fire heats up, it doesn't just burn off, the soot actually stays there. It doesn't smoke, and it just gets rid of the rusty surface. Now we can do this on various things, any cast iron, especially things which are subject to heat. But I wouldn't recommend putting it on the inside of any eating pans, because the soot doesn't taste very good. But there we have great blacking, homemade. And you can put this on in several layers and it just gets darker as you carry on. It works on cast iron. It also works on steel, as long as you haven't wire wool or polished it with to get a shiny silver finish. It won't take to that, but it takes to everything else. It cleans up the whole surface. So it works on the steel surfaces as well. And there we have non-toxic, all natural ingredients and free method to clean the top of your stove or your wood burner or any cast iron. Once you've got it up all coloured, all black, you can then buff it up and get a nice finish on it. Well, I'm going to carry on and finish the top of this stove.